So hopefully you are able to either download or just click on the link to this student generated sample outline for the My Life Change speech. I just want to go over a couple of little things with you. If you first glance at this outline, you can see that this truly is a nice, brief, key word, key phrase outline. And that's first of all because this is a speech about something that changed your life. So you should be able to trust yourself enough to know not to read the whole thing. And when you scroll down later after you get out of this outline sample to look at my rubric, you'll see that I'm really just looking to make sure that you follow this basic format and include the components for this speech. So if you'll notice up at the top, when it talks about an opening device, what you want to get used to is to come up with one of those things we suggested instead of just starting off by saying, today I'm going to talk about how I got diagnosed with obsessive compulsive checking disorder. You want to start with getting our attention in some way. Now, this particular student asked a question, which I feel like it is probably the most overused method. But in this particular case, the gentleman used a series of questions in order to just get the audience to think about something. So would you notice the general question about drinking alcohol, and then the question that they asked next about how many of you drank alcohol and did something you regret? I imagine every single person who's ever had alcohol could probably identify with that. But then the more serious question about driving. The thesis statement, again, it's just simply what your topic is. And in this case, for this person, it was getting a DUI. Remember, your topic doesn't have to be that intense. It doesn't have to be that personal. It's up to you. Next, you see that the C point here is the student's preview, where they talk about the points they'll be covering in order. So I just want to mention that when they say, first I'll talk about how I got the DUI, then its effects, and finally how it changed my life. See how the way the student told us the points they were going to cover and then listed them in that same order? That's really nicely done. So you definitely want to give the students this roadmap that tells us the order in which your points will occur. So the main points, just like what I went over in the previous frame, are labeled with capital letters. The subpoints underneath, crash and after crash, are labeled with numbers, and then the little examples underneath are just jotted down with lowercase letters. And so this just gives you a basic idea of how to keep it really, really brief. You trust yourself. See again how it's really brief. And then in the conclusion, you just have a quick little summary, tell them what you told them, and then the closing note there. So that's really kind of it as far as what I wanted to talk about with the sample. You'll be getting different samples throughout the semester, or the summer rather, but hopefully this helps you. And you don't have to use the same exact main points. Some of you may just have two main points. Some of you don't have to list them all like this, but do use this format and make sure that you've got all of that and find the right topic. All right, thanks.